Back everyone, and in this session we'll look at something really popular and a very important part of HTML is called forms. And the reason they're important because they're used to collect data inputted by a user, and they can be used as an interface for web applications or to send data across the web. Let's look at some of the tags that form this, and what I've built here is a simple form to demonstrate an example. Great, so form is a tag that defines the form, and within this tag that is all the way from here to from the line 11 to 25, here is what it defines a form. Inside of this there are various elements that are there. We call them input tags. So input tag, I put them inside of a paragraph so they are aligned really good. So input tag is the father or the daddy of the form world. It can take a multitude of guises, the most common of which are that we've used here. Inside the form, I can have an action so that every time someone hits a submit, I can send it across for some processing over a PHP or an API, and I can post the data over to a database, or even in some cases email them over. We'll look at that later on in the class, but let's look at some of the things. So this is our heading, which is there here. Let's build our forms, and then we're talking about fill the form below, which is a simple paragraph which we have right here inside the form tag. Now we've already defined that whatever goes inside this form have to be submitted and sent across this file, which is in the server wherever our HTML will be hosted. And then we have a input type. There are different type of input. Notice that this input is a checkbox. There is a checkbox where someone agrees to terms and conditions, and then they define what gender they are, and then let's say type some username. Okay, and then there is a password input type, and notice if I type the password based on the type, the password is not revealed to the user. And then there is another input type called there is another type called a text area, which gives us something like this, and we control them the box size with the attributes value here. So if I can make it bigger, we can make them longer and wider as well. And then there is a submit button. So whatever is, then it should actually give an error because there is no file name.php. But I clicked on it, and the moment I clicked on it, the content is taken and tried to send it in for processing, looking for this file name in the root directory of this, which does not exist. But that's a good error. I mean, if we have to do it, this is just for an example, so I don't have that right here. But there are a whole lot of things that are there out there which are for inputs. So input is a whole lot than just the ones that we have demonstrated here, but be sure to look at HTML5 documentation in the link that is provided after this video. But for now, these are the important ones that we cover, and the ones that will come in handy every time you have to create a form. And that's all about forms for now, and we'll visit back some more later on. And for now, see you in the next session. Thanks for watching.